And it goes a little something like
Hello everyone, thank you for visiting my channel and also joining me in this lesson. So here I would like to welcome you in the new direction of the LT class with me Karina Febriyanti. So today I would like to present a topic for you related to language learning, especially for the external factors that can influence the success of students' language learning. There are three external factors that will be discussed in this topic, such as first, motivation, the second one is opportunities and access to native speakers, and the last one is environment. So without any further ado, let's get started. In this slide, you can see concepts and definitions. So let's start with this one. Human has a good ability to speak and acquire at least one language in their life, which is their native language. It becomes more special if they can speak two or more than two languages. In this 21st century, English has become an important second language or foreign language all over the world, and also it has been studied a lot in the classroom. First and second language learners will not be able to succeed their language development if they do not do any practice or learning. The teachers, as a facilitator, need to understand the factors that the learners are facing in order to support the students' language development. Here, a language is acquired differently by each person. Some people might be a fast learners and some people may be a slow learners. It is mentioned that it is affected by internal and external factors in learning a language, both second and foreign language. But today, we will only focus on the external factors in learning a language. In the next slide, you see the three external factors that can affect the students in language learning. The first one is environment, the second one is opportunities and access to native speakers, and also the motivations. So, to make it short, let's move to the next slide. First is motivation. Motivation is the reasons why somebody does something or behave in a particular way. Madrid in 1995 states that motivation is a key factor to understand the student's affective state. Once the student loses their interest to learn a language, the language learning will not be successful. In this case, the extrinsic motivation will help the students to increase their interest by engaging themselves in fun activities with positive attitudes toward their learning and instructors. Here, the teacher should be a motivator to encourage the students to learn the language in positive manner toward the subject and also the instructor. Here also, the teacher needs to provide good instruction and material for the students. The students can acquire and learn the language effectively by having enough support from the teacher and also the material provided in class. So it can be concluded that if the students enjoy the class, the learning process will be successful. In addition, it is also important how much parents can teach their children for the first time in their life while learning a language. Parents will prioritize language learning of their children are more likely to encourage their children to keep trying even though it is difficult for them. So that's all about the motivation for the first external factors that can affect the students' language learning. So let's move to the second factors, which is opportunities and access to native speakers. So here, in the case of opportunity, the students who are brave enough to seek opportunities in using the language will attain their learning successfully, since they can practice it in different situations. By having interaction with native speakers, both in and outside the classroom, will give a significant advantage for the students. It is because the native speakers are like language models for them, and they can give appropriate feedback for the learners. But it is different cases for EFL students or EFL class. Here, English is only used as a tool in EFL class. It means that the teachers becomes the leading role and the core of the class at the same time. In this case, the teacher may be the only native English speaker they have exposure to. The opportunities to use English outside the classroom are very limited. It can be said that the process of learning will not meet any obvious practical benefit. Besides through their teacher, their exposure is mostly through distorted lens like television. So this is why they have limited opportunities to practice language outside the classroom, because they have no interaction with native speakers. That's the case for the EFL students or EFL classes. So that's all about the second factors. And now let's move to here we have environment. It is very important for students to feel a comfort zone in the language learning environment. Good environment will affect the language learning competency. For example, if the parents take a good care of their children and support them in the language learning process, they will develop the language effectively. Good and supporting environment will help the language learners to learn and acquire the language. Besides, they will have a better and effective learning experience that they may have chances to engage themselves with instructors and friends. But here, also, move from a country to one country will be one of the reasons as well. Of course, parental work is one of the reasons most children move from one country to another country. As a result, their motivation to learn a new language can depend on whether they can enjoy being a new place or whether they can adapt into a new environment. So environment here is defined by whether the place, the surrounding, the people that they meet, and the language they use, and the comfort they meet in the new environment itself. So that's about the environment. So the three factors that can influence the students' language learning. So here it can be concluded that there are factors which can influence the success of language learning, and one of them called external factors. And these external factors are including environment, opportunities, and access to native speaker, and also motivations. And here, learning a language may be a complex one, but teachers need to consider some factors that can affect the learning process to make the students being a successful language learners. So that's all about my presentation today. Thank you for listening to my materials, and I do apologize if I make some mistake in delivering the material and also my pronunciations, because nobody is perfect. So I really do apologize, and I hope you understand what I'm saying. And if you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section, and I would love to hear from you too. If you want to edit my explanation, I will be grateful. And also, I do hope that you will be stay healthy during this pandemic, and I hope you have a great day as well. And thank you for staying with me here and listening to my materials, and see you in the next video, and thank you so much. Bye bye.